I just kind of woke up, but it's okay. So what is up, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here. You can kind of tell by my voice that I kind of just woke up, but yeah. Anyways, this is going to be a video. Basically, I'm gonna call it why Red Eye is not Shu. And I'll be able to tell if somebody like watched the entire video just by the way they comment, because I know people are already gonna be like, man, he is Shu, like his mask came off and it's Shu. Don't you get it? It's Shu. But I'm going to explain some things to you. And I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally, you know? And I'm also going to explain, like, why I just think that Red Eye is not Shu, you know? Like, not Shu. And what Takara told me actually meant when they said Red Eye is not Shu. So, let me begin with this. So, basically, we are going to trace back to before the whole Red Eye gimmick began, and that being with the finals of the first season. I'm going to go into deep details here, you know, so definitely just listen. I'm not going to say anything that's not true, and maybe this will bring light to like why I still think this, you know, because I'm not going to change my mind about it. My mind's just been set in stone about this, and it's going to continue to be that way. So yeah, we're going to start off with the Nationals. The Nationals from the first season. So we're going to start off with the battle between Wakia and Shu. You know? So they obviously battled. Wakia really pushed Storm Spriggan to the limit. You know? It really did push it. And Shu still managed to beat him. You know? He managed to defeat him and move on. But during that battle, Storm Spriggan got the crack. That is the battle where Storm Spriggan was damaged, or Storm Spryzen, you know, Spryzen, Spriggan, tomato, you know, they're the same bay, just under different companies, yeah. But that is where it was cracked. So it went into the battle, you know, Shu went into the battle against Louis. His Storm Spriggan, or Spryzen, was already damaged by that point, you know, it was already cracked. The battle with Louis just pushed it over the edge. You know, all the fierce attacks, like, you know, he actually managed to burst Long in his first battle, which was absolutely nuts. But then Louis amped up his power, and he's like, I gotta get really, really serious, otherwise he might actually beat me. And you could tell that, just Louis would never ever admit it, because that's just how Louis is as a character. And at the very end of the battle, this is where people get confused. The way that it broke, you know, it was already damaged from the battle before, and the battle with Luinor, or Longinus, just pushed it over the edge, you know? And that's why it broke. L2 didn't even touch S2 to make it do it. Like, people seem to think that it hit it. It hit it, and when it made contact, it broke it. That's not what happened. What happened was, it was literally in the middle of the stadium. L2 didn't even touch it. L2 was running low on stamina, you guys, and it seemed like with the stamina, S2 was going to win it, but it had already taken so much damage that it broke in half, you know? It completely just broke without L2 even making contact, and it was even a given, especially after the English dub came out. Louis was irritated at that, you know? He was irritated about that. But Shu obviously was like heartbroken that his Spriggan got broken, you know? Wasn't happy about it. And he even said in it, Luinor didn't break Spriggan, you know, because Louis tried to say that he did, but he didn't, you know. The fact is that it was damaged before from the battle with W2, you know, and then that's like basically the main thing from it. And it seemed like during that time that Shu was honestly, he was happy for Vault, but he was also irritated, you know. Obviously he wanted to get stronger because he saw that Vault was getting so strong, you know. And even with the battle, people even get confused with the battle between Vault and Louis in the final. It was honestly Vault's crack that he made. Like when they both launched their base in the stadium, they both made cracks in the stadium. But it seemed like V2 made a deeper crack. They even said it at the very end. A crack from its own a crack of its own making sealed its fate. You know, just watching the show, it sealed its fate. You know. And that's how it bursted. It landed in that crack and then bursted right before it made contact with Luinor or Longinus, you know? So Louis didn't even touch Vault's Bay to win that, you know? He basically got lucky twice, honestly. And I believe Louis saw that after that battle, you know? He was really irritated. He even wanted a do-over against Vault. But then Vault sucked up his pride and he was like, you beat me fair and square. You're awesome. you know? But don't think that that means that I'm not going to try to beat you in the future. He's like, you can try as many times as you want to. The next battle's already been won, you know? Just Louis with his smack talk. Because that's how Louis is as a character, you know? But both of those battles, Louis had no influence in it, you know? The burst happened without Longinus even touching those two bays. It didn't touch Spriggan. It didn't touch Valkyrie. So that's the backup for this, you know? So if anybody that's wondering, like, how it went, that's how it went. And then obviously in the second season, you know, anybody who doesn't want spoilers, like 4, 3, 2, 1. This is obviously going to be about the second season. So, yeah, just going into it, Shu went out to the New York team, you know? He was recruited by the New York team, and at first he was just training in their facility under Theodore's management. That was from the very, very get-go. You see him, you know, he was looking at Vault. Like, you know, he saw that Vault was battling, and then he wanted to get stronger. You know, you could just tell that. But then, like, after they started revealing the things about Red Eye, the way that it went before Shu disappeared, because, you know, he disappeared after that, you know, and they said that he disappeared. But the way that it went, the lead up to it, was he faced Free. After Free left from BC Seoul, he went over to the New York team, you know? And so did Joshua Boone. Joshua Boone was on the New York team, but he wasn't recruited until a little bit later. Free beat Shu in a battle, you know? And that definitely irritated Shu. The fact that, like, you know, he lost to Longinus. Vault was getting way, way stronger, and he just lost to Fafnir. You know, it's like he's getting lower and lower and lower on the power totem pole, and he wanted to get stronger. But the way that Theodore was smiling, and after we figured out that Theodore was actually the leader of Snake Pit, like New York's manager Theodore was actually Snake Pit's leader, you could even tell by the smile that he had after that battle. It was a really, really evil, wicked, maniacal smile, you guys. So, you know, that's just a pure smile of evil. And then it showed him in his gear with his evil smile. Just that evil grin that he had. And I'm guessing he pretty much said, like, I can make you stronger. You know? All you have to do is put on this mask. But what he didn't say is that the mask will turn you evil in some way, you know? So it's like the very second that Shu put on that mask to become Red Eye, his mind changed a little bit, you know? He became a little bit more like wicked and evil. He didn't have any mercy on his opponents, you know? Like, he had no mercy at all. When, you know, when Vault and the other Bladers showed up at the Snake Pit Temple, and then, like, the first time he battled Red Eye, he didn't have any mercy on Vault, you know? And then, like, when they got further and further into the temple, like, even after that, it seemed like it was a dream, but it wasn't a dream. He didn't have, like, any mercy at all, you know? It was like a part of Shu was there, but his mind was just changed up a little bit, you know? Just focused on just winning and breaking his opponent's bay. And it seemed like over time it got, like, a little worse. Because, I mean, anybody who doesn't know, there was an episode where, like, it was a small little scene, though. Gazem faced Red Eye, you know? It was, like, in a clock tower. And then Legend Spriggan sent, Maximum Garuda, this is the one I was talking about, you know, Maximum Garuda, the banana, sent it into the clock tower, and it completely broke it. It shattered it. Like, it didn't shatter it, but it completely, like, just broke the bay down. It was like there were a bunch of wicked cracks in it. It wouldn't be able to be used or anything. Then after that, he left. And, like, it just seemed like he was just evil after that. He had, like, the red aura around him, just an aura of evil, you know? Just the way that Legend Spriggan was, it just seemed like a kind of an evil, maniacal bay. You know, but then after that, obviously the main battle after that, he even beat like Xhaka after that. And then he fought Louis after that, because Louis actually called him out. Louis called out Red Eye. He was like, "You want to fight? I'll fight you with my Nightmare Longinus." And then so they had their battle, which is leading to the actual like reveal of his identity. You know, so obviously during the battle, as everybody knows, Nightmare Longinus versus Legend Spriggan, Louis beat Red Eye, and then his mask was shattered. It was like cracked right up the middle. It broke and revealed that it is Shu, you know? It's like Shu was still kind of there, but that mask changed him a little bit. It's like Theodore knew that that mask changed him just a little bit, you know? But then he got really, really angry and just sent over the edge. You know, it completely sent him over the edge when he lost to Louis again, you know? Because he's like, I gained all this power, I put on this mask and everything, and like the mask just changed his mentality a little bit. but he got super irritated at that and even like pushed off Vault. You know, that's like, it wasn't even like sort of the same Shu. And what it means by like, Red Eye isn't Shu is that like the mask changed his mentality in some way. Like I said, I've done this reference before because it's the best one to do. Faust or Toby during Metal Masters. Faust, well, you know, Toby was Masamune and Zio's best friend, a part of Team Dungeon, the three of them. And then Masamune went off to the US. Zio got a little bit upset about that. And even like those arrangements, like his anger and those arrangements just changed around Zio's mind a little bit. But he didn't realize things until like he saw that big arrangement that changed Toby into Faust. And then that's where Zio started to come back, you know? But Faust got Toby got a really, really bad arrangement to the point where he was brainwashed, you guys. You know, even after the battle, the very last battle that he had as Faust with the Spiral Force, like the only thing he wanted to do was make Twisted Tempo spin or Basalt Herogium spin forever and ever and ever and release the Spiral Force. That was the goal of Faust. He wasn't Toby anymore, he was Faust. Completely changed mentally, you know? Not the same kid at all, not the same blader at all, just different. He became stronger, but it completely changed him as a person. And he didn't return to himself until he was beat. It took Masamune and Zio to like really beat him. And then after that, you see the black aura leave his body and he just fell down limp. After that, he came back to his senses. He was like, where am I, guys? Like, what's going on here? How did I get here? You know, he had no clue what was going on. I feel like that's sort of the same thing that's going on with Shu right now, you know? Like, as soon as he put that mask on to become Red Eye, his judgment was clouded a bit, you know? But then after the Requiem machine, that's where he was just completely gone. All of his, like, past memories were completely wiped out from that machine. He became stronger, but he wants to destroy his opponents. You could tell. He says, "Omae wa hakeshi." It's something like that. But it means, you know, it means you will be destroyed. So he's just focusing on completely destroying anybody that crosses his path, you know. And, like, think of it, like, Norman Turver is just the number 2, you know. And Norman Turver is there to just, like, you know, like, obviously show off his power, but Red Eye is the true number 1, you know. If Norman and Red Eye ever battled, Red Eye would beat Norman, definitely, no doubt in my mind. That's what I definitely believe. And maybe we'll see that battle. Who the heck knows, you know. Maybe it will happen. But, yeah, so that's really what I mean with it, you know. Because he's just not there mentally. After he went through the Requiem machine and got Spriggan Requiem, he was completely just changed. It's like, yes, it's Shu physically, you guys, you know. But mentally, he is not the normal Shu that we know, you know. The normal Shu would never go around trying to break somebody's bay. The normal Shu would never just be like, I'm going to destroy you. Or give, like, the cold shoulder the way he's been giving. Like, you know, even Vault. Like, Vault was literally his best friend. You know, they were basically best friends. And now he's just far gone. And Vault's even confused at, like, why he's acting like this, you know? Because the normal Shu wouldn't act like that. Even if he got beat, he'd be like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to come back stronger. But he wouldn't be evil. He wouldn't try to crush his opponents the way that Red Eye is. And that's what I think TT means by Red Eye is not Shu. Like, they mean mentally. Like, obviously, physically the same person. He is Shu, you know, like, you know, Red Eye is Shu, because Theodore just changed him into, like, you know, Shu into Red Eye. But mentally, he's far gone. Like I said, this is sort of the Metal Masters reference. Like, literally, I can't do any other reference that's better than this, you know? I just can't. Because, like, literally, the Faust Toby type of change is the type of change that, like, Shu's gone, gone under. Like, Shu Red Eye, you know? Literally sort of the same thing, except just not the Spiral Force, except now this time it's with Snake Pit, you know, and Theodore just trying to show off all of his power. And you even saw, like, at the very end of the last episode, episode 43, he's sitting there, like, he was sitting up in the booth with his maniacal smile. Norman had a maniacal smile, Red Eye had a maniacal smile. And Norman was originally Gold Eye, so maybe that's why Norman's, like, just as twisted as he is, you know? Because he had the mask on. And he became stronger, and it, like, changed his mentality, too. probably not near as much as a Shu, you know, like Red Eye, because he's just completely gone, you guys. That's what I mean by this. Like, he's physically the same person. It's clearly Shu as the person, but mentally he is Red Eye. He's not Shu. And he's probably not going to be Shu until somebody beats him. You know, odds are it's probably going to be, in my opinion, it's probably going to be Vault, because they set him up as, like, the underdog, because, you know, he lost Beer Burst to Kurtz, the very first one. But then after that, he beat Kuza. Now he's facing Norman Turver. Who knows if he's going to beat him? Like, this is after episode 43. 44 hasn't even come out at the point that I'm making this video, you know. And 44 is when he gets the Strike God chip. So he's going to probably get the Strike God chip Ultimate Reboot. Still a big question whether, like, Norman steals the Ultimate Reboot from Vault's teacher or Vault himself, or if, as a little, you know, as, like, some payback, like, maybe, like, Vault beats Norman, and then Norman, like, says, I need more power, and then Theodore gives it to him by making the Ultimate Reboot. Those are the two ways I see this going about. Either, like, Norman's gonna steal it, or, like, Theodore's gonna make the Ultimate Reboot for him. You know, like, oh, the reboot, well, we can up that, you know, screw that. You have way more attack than he does. We'll give you the Ultimate Reboot, this reboot that's faster than his reboot, and then you can completely just smash him and stomp him the next time you meet, you know. But, yeah, that is what I mean by this, you guys, you know. And that's what I think TT means by Red Eye Is Not Shu. I don't think that they necessarily lied in a way. I think they're just saying that, like, yes, he might be physically Shu, but, like, it's Red Eye. Even the gear he has on, if it was Shu, why wouldn't he go back to wearing his normal gear? Why would he still be having the Snake Pit Red Eye gear on, you guys? You know, it's like he's still there. Just imagine it like he's still just gone. He's even more far gone now than he was before. Except the mask just broke, you know? That's the only thing that's different about it, is just think of it like Red Eye, like in the same way he did before, actually even more evil than he was before. Because he's got the same gear on, but his mask is broken, you know? If I'm going to do another reference to this, let's see. Probably another one that would be really good. WWE fans, anybody who's a WWE fan. Kane, you know, Kane was at first masked and he was like the big red machine. But then in 2003, he had to like remove his mask and he honestly just went berserk. He was absolutely just nuts, man. He just went crazy, but it was still obviously Kane, but he just went to a whole nother level and did some really, really crazy evil stuff. Sort of that reference, you know, obviously it's like WWE. I'm just trying to like make comparisons so people understand where I'm coming from with this. So yeah, you know, that's what I mean by this, you guys, you know? So anybody who's like says like, oh man, it's just Shu and he's angry, like he has no reason to be as angry as he is. Like obviously like, you know, losing, like, you know, that would be really, really irritating. But why would he want to destroy somebody's base? He's acting like Louis broke it. He even said Louis didn't break Spriggan, you know? It was damaged in the battle before. He even said that, you know? And it's probably just that, like, other Bladers got stronger, and he wanted to obviously get stronger, but Theodore made it that, like, because Theodore's evil. He's like the Ziggurat of the season, you guys. He's using his research and just doing all these arrangements or stuff to these Bladers to absolutely just change them, you know? That's the way that this is, like, going, you know, through Snake Pit. It's like they're getting stronger, but he's just using these arrangements to do it. It's sort of literally what Ziggurat did. I could see, like, Theodore at the very end of all of this just admitting all of this, like, you know, that he did all this research and stuff without you even knowing, you know, like, your precious buddy's shoes changed, like, you know, like, just, you know, all these arrangements through these masks, you know, like, oh, like, Shu was changed, Norman was changed, in a way, you know, like, he's got twin nemesis now, and now the mask is off, you know, like, that's like the main thing with it. It's like the longer they had those masks on, the more under the influence they became. And then, like, by that point, Shu was completely gone from Red Eye when that mask broke, you know. Theodore did what he wanted to do. And that's, like, what I mean by this, you guys. So, yeah, I know it took me, like, 20 minutes to explain this, but just for anybody who doesn't understand, like, why I think this way, you know, I totally see it where Vault, like, you know, I'm guessing it's probably going to be Vault. That'll be the perfect setup. Vault versus Red Eye, or, like, you know, trying to get Shu, his best friend, back. And in order to do so, he has to beat him. Imagine, like, at the very end of this battle, like, you know, Vault goes in with the Strike God chip, Ultimate Reboot, all the power that he has after, like, all the grueling battles that have happened, you know, probably some shockers, like, Louis is going to probably go down to Red Eye, or Free's going to go down to Red Eye, you know? Like, Jacques has been struggling a little bit, so he'll probably, like, won't be, like, in that picture, maybe, but, like, yeah, the bays that are, like, undefeated right now, you know, obviously, like, Longinus and Fafnir are the two that, like, people are just, you know, they're like, who's gonna beat them? It's gonna probably be Red Eye that beats them both, you know? And Red Eye's gonna be the one that remains undefeated until the very, very, very end. And I totally see it at the end where, like, Vault goes in, Strike God Chip, Ultimate Reboot, actually beats him. He barely beats him, but he beats him. And when he does, it frees him, you know? It frees, like, him from the control of Spriggan Requiem, you know? Because it's like he's under the complete influence of Spriggan. He's like, I am Spriggan, you know? And it's like Spriggan has a hold of him mentally. But, yeah, when he loses, like, when Red Eye loses, that's when Shu actually finally comes back to his senses, you know? That's what I mean by this. And honestly, it'll probably be a sad ending if it does end this way, because maybe, like, Shu will look back and be like, I did all of that, you know, I was just completely brainwashed, and he just doesn't Beyblade anymore. You know, that would suck if it was that way, but it's sad, because it's sort of the way I see this going, you guys, you know? Like, you know, because they said that this is the last Spriggan, you know, and that could be, like, the thing they mean, like, this will actually be the last Spriggan, but the whole Red Eye Shu thing, they just did that to confuse people and stuff, you know? But yeah, anyways, that is everything that I wanted to get out in this video. And yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys understand, like, just where I come from, you know? I hope you guys, like, watch the video, because if not, like, people are still, I know there's still going to be people that are just like, oh, no, you're wrong, you know. But that's okay. This is just what I believe until the very, very end, because this is like an evil arc. It really is, you know. He's sitting up there like, I'm just about to watch all of my magic unfold. Like, all of the hard work I put in is going to unfold. And the way he had this, it was just like he was, like, engulfing the world, like, you know, Theodore did. But yeah, anyways, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash the like button down below. Let me know how I did. And I'm guessing Theodore is going to, like, just come in with Screw Trident at some point. Sort of like how Ziggurat came in, you know, to defend his work, but then ended up getting stomped. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash the like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring the bell next to my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, I know there's going to be people that hate on, like, what I said. But, you know, that's just what I think about it. Because, you know, Burst hasn't had that real evil antagonist yet. It just hasn't, you know? Because, like, first season, it seemed to be Louis, but Louis wasn't actually, like, really, really evil. He was just the boss blader that nobody could beat, you know? And it came down to that at the end, you know? It didn't seem like really, really evil. Now this, what's going on right now, feels really, really evil. Like, the antagonist, the true evil part of this series is finally starting to show through this season, through God, or evolution. Yeah, you know. But anyways, like I said, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash the like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for epic content, because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring the bell next to my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, I know people will hate on what I said, but this is just what I think right now, up until, like, the very end, you know. Sometimes my predictions are wrong, you know. I'm a human being, you know, and some people just forget that. Like, I'm a human being. I could be wrong, but, you know, I just don't see Shu doing that, you know. He wouldn't be that evil. Unless, like, something changed his mentality. Which everything that Theodore has done has. Yeah. Anyways, till next time, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you later. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay awesome. And cool. Shoot. I'm up out of here, you guys. Okay, so there's one more thing I wanted to add to it that I didn't say in the video. For anybody who doesn't know, especially, this will be another thing that really backs up what I say. Notice how during the God Bladers Cup, the announcer's not calling him Shu. He's not saying Kurenai Shu. He's saying Red Eye. He's still calling him Red Eye. So that's not Shu, it's Red Eye, you know? And he's going to be Red Eye until somebody, like, kicks his butt in a battle and frees him from Spriggan's control. You know, that's just basically how it's going to be for the rest of the series. But yeah, so now that's everything. Just wanted to put that in there too. So yeah, you can even go and look at the show and it'll show it. You know, so yeah, might not understand everything because it's not dubbed yet. Not all of it's dubbed yet, but you know, that's just how things are going right now. And like I said, I watched the show. I want to say anything that's not a fact in the show, you know, like I just want to say things. I want to make points, you know, and just say like facts in the show to back up what I'm saying, you know, because, you know, I'm not going to use like any like false information or anything in these videos. Yeah, I would never do that. But yeah. Anyways, see you guys later.